Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, June 2nd, and you know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap. As always, check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course, the 215 on Twitter. And without further ado, let's get into the news. We have a couple AEW contracts ending. People not returning. Mark Henry is not returning to AEW. His contract is not re-signed. He's not coming back to the company. And he did what he did in the company. He also pushed back on the fact that people think he's one of those people like Cornette that always craps on AEW. He says he doesn't. Jake Hager is also no longer with AEW, and Arn Anderson is also no longer with AEW. So we're starting to see the turnover happen. Speaking of turnover in wrestling companies, there to be a couple contracts have expired or will be expiring. Becky Lynch is now a free agent. She's taking an extended hiatus. Don't expect her to sign anywhere else. Natalia's contract is up very soon. Dijak's contract is up very soon. Chad Gable's contract might be up this week. So there's that. And he's embroiled in a top feud right now. So it's tough. We'll see what happens with these people. A key figure also working in the office of WWE is going as Kristen Prouty. That's not how you say her name. She was the former senior VP of Entertainment Relations, and Tavia Hartley, who was the manager of talent operations and appearances, are both gone from the WWE. And also Kristen Velez, she was a manager in talent relations department. So the turnover is expected to be just because of the merger and making TKO. Ethan Page is a free agent. Even though he has debuted on NXT, he is not signed with the company. He's still doing and taking indie bookings, but also fixing the schedule, so he's canceled a couple indie bookings as well. But it's good to see him there. If you saw NXT, Jordynne Grace will be challenging Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship at NXT Battleground. It looks like there will be a talent exchange between the two companies. Jordynne Grace also has a match against Stevie Turner this coming week on NXT, and we'll probably see some NXT talent at the Against All Odds pay-per-view that TNA has coming up as well. This is going to work out for them. Check out the last episode of the High Risk Wrestling podcast when we talk about this. WrestleMania 40, I was there. Sunday's gate drew the all-time wrestling gate for a single day event with a staggering 18.4 million in ticket sales. That is absurd. And I was there. I was there. Returning back to TNA, there is a cutback as their creative director departed from them. That would be one David Shahadi. He was just getting increasingly frustrated and decided to step down prior to the things going on in charge. And R.D. Evans has also left as well. Anthem better not screw up all of the momentum that TNA has going on for them. On the injury side of things, Julia had surgery on her wrist, so she will be out for a couple weeks. She is scheduled to face Sari on July 13th. Matt Cardona has received some extensive stem cell injections for his torn pec, so he will be out, for the foreseeable future. But Chelsea Green and Steph DeLander are holding it down for him. Adam Copeland has fractured his tibia, I believe. So it was from the spot where he jumped off of the steel cage. So he's out, and we will be getting a new TNT champion. His presence will be greatly missed. There's been nothing but praise for him since joining the AEW roster. Darby Allin is in rough shape, but he is pretty good. His nose was already messed up before the show. He's got still got that foot injury, but it's time for him to take some time off and just heal, man. Just heal your body please, looks like Bandito will be making his way back to the company soon, as he was also out with an injury. Looks like he's all healed up. He was at the Dynamite show backstage, and Candice LeRae is also injured. This was announced on Smackdown. She got injured in the tag match at King and Queen of the Ring. But that is the news, and we shall be right back. All right, we've got fallout from a bunch of shows. King of the Ring, Double or Nothing. Let's just get into it. Monday Night Raw, this is the King of the Ring fallout. Ludwig Kaiser opens the show, introduces our King of the Ring winner in Gunther. And Gunther is like, listen, I'm going to win the championship at SummerSlam. Priest is a fake champion because he took the shortcut. He's not real. Priest is like, dog, do you watch the show? Do you know how business goes down? I won a ladder match to get this contract and have won this championship in the way dozens of other superstars have won this championship. Like, what is wrong with you? Priest just, everybody here is speaking facts. Stuff for Gunther. And then Drew McIntyre comes out and was like, yo. Stop worrying about this dude. Remember, you're defending the title against me in 3 weeks at Clash at the Castle. I also think Drew McIntyre is going to win that, but we'll get back to that later. Drew tells Priest stop spreading himself so thin and focus on their match at Clash at the Castle. This is good stuff. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Braun Strowman defeated JD McDonough and Carlito. JD and Finn tried attacking him after the match and it didn't work. So Braun spends the whole show looking for JD, and Priest is like, yo, find this man. Liv Morgan says she will beat Becky Lynch later tonight in their steel cage match because, apparently Liv didn't really win because of Dom. Ricochet gets a match with Ilya Dragunov, but that match ends in a no contest as Braun, who was supposed to be suspended, came out and attacked both of them. And Adam Pearce is pissed. Karrion Kross is still trying to tempt Xavier Woods. I want to see where this goes. I do. I don't think Xavier's ever going to turn on Kofi, but I'm kind of curious, which is weird to say that about Karrion Kross. AOP then defeated the Creed. Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser brawl, so I like what we're doing here. Where's Vinci? What are you doing with him? Becky pumped Blair Valkyria, who then went on to defeat Kairi Sane, and Io Sky is pissed. She even put her foot through a table. JD says he gave Braun the slip, and Dom says he will make things right. He talked to Rhea, and he will make things right with the title match later on evening. Rey Mysterio then defeated Carlito, and Priest was not having it. So he just ended up beating everybody and just stared down the rest of the squad like, that's how you do things. That's how you get it done. You feel me? Chad Gable sent Maxine to the back because this is not a fashion show. Otis then lost to Bronson Reed. Otis had the match won until Gable got involved. And he wants to now punish Otis, and Sammy intervenes, but Sammy gets the upper hand. Gable gets the upper hand on Sammy, and Akira Tozawa and Otis leave. Just beaten down and dejected. Gable was going to spank or whip Otis with a belt. Yeah, Sonya Deville still wants to work with Shayna and Zoe, who ain't really having it. And Isla and Alba like, yo, what's up? We here. And that challenged them to a match. And in the main event, Liv Morgan retained the Women's World Championship against Becky Lynch in a steel cage match. And what had happened was Dom came out to help Becky open up the cage. Finn and JD are like, yo, what are you doing? But now we know where JD is. So here comes Braun. He chases JD around the ring and accidentally hits the steel cage door onto Becky, knocking her out, allowing Liv to win. So yeah, and this was not Dom's fault at all, in my opinion. And then Liv kissed Dom. What is going on? Over on Dynamite, we had our Double or Nothing Fallout show. This show gets a thumbs up. Raw got a thumb up. Raw wasn't exciting, but it was a good show. But with Dynamite, Mercedes Moné opens the show. She says, look, she thanks Willow for giving her the fight of the life, but like, yo, you're too nice, which is exactly why Stokely and Chris turned on you. And the Sky Blue reveals herself as Mercedes Mystery Attacker and attacked her once again. Swerve defeated Kill Switch and then cut off his ponytail. Mox says he won't stop fighting. He is a one-armed man. He has a match later that evening against Rocky Romero. TV time with Chris Jericho. Listen, it was a funny fake set with like trees and Big Bill's calling themselves Bad Apples, and then Brian Keith is under the learning tree, and this is just funny, great stuff. Chris Jericho has done it again, man. He might be the GOAT. I'm just saying he might be the GOAT. Hook came out to attack, and Samoa Joe talked some sense into him when they left together. Later on, Joe says, listen, dangerous men work on their own time. Give it to me. Moxley defeated Rocky Romero at Eliminator match because nobody ever wins Eliminator matches. Period. I thought Takeshita was going to win Sunday. Nobody wins these damn matches. Orange Cassidy turned down Don Callis' offer, but Chris Statler comes out and like, yo, Don, my best friend has accepted your offer, which obviously was Trent, and Trent beat the holy hell out of Orange Cassidy, and then Trent Beretta is a part of the Don Callis family. So you lose Hobbs, but you get Trent, and you got Takeshita. You still got Ospreay, still got Kyle Fletcher. Okay, we're cooking with some oil here. Dan Garcia will climb the rankings, and he's coming for the International Championship. Mercedes Moné defeated Sky Blue, retaining the TBS Championship, and the CMLL Women's Champion and New Japan Strong Women's Champion Stephanie Vaquer walks out. It looks like she will be Mercedes' opponent for Forbidden Door. The Young Bucks are ready to give the TNT Championship to Jack Perry, but Christopher Daniels has been made an interim executive vice president by Tony Khan, so he's in charge, and says that there will be qualifying matches to get into a ladder match to determine the new champion at Forbidden Door. And then the claiming daddy ass backs up Christopher Daniels. So we got a nice little tag team feud coming along with the Bucks, and claim I'm liking it. And then in the main event, we had the Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal, which Will Ospreay won to earn a World Championship match at Forbidden Door. This was good. We had some people from other companies, from CMLL. We had Leo Rush in a surprise. At one point in the ring, we had Will Ospreay, Jay White, and Okada. Like, this is what wrestling is all about. And after the match, Swerve comes out and goes face to face with Ospreay, because it is still Swerve's house. Over on Impact, you just got to keep it going. Let's see what we're doing here. The show gets a fist. Chris Bay defeated Ace Austin. They shook hands. Still got love for each other. Zaya Brookside defeated Steph DeLander after PCO put Steph in the back of the ring after she fell out, and he gives a piece of paper with a heart on it. You know what I mean? He still wants Steph. Have you seen Steph? I would want Steph too. AJ Francis challenged Laredo Kid for the Digital Media Championship, and they have a quick little fight. Khan tells Jake something, and Cody Deaner, he tells Jake. He confronts them and tells Jake not to trust Cody, and Khan and Jake will fight next week. Jonathan Gresham defeated Sami Callihan with a low blow after he tried to ink him. So we're not done here. Gresham is in that Tony Storm territory where your in-ring ability has to match your in-ring skills, and how you wrestle has to match your gimmick. So we'll see. Trust the system, and Kaz is king. Santana versus Steve Macklin ended in a no contest after the Rascals attacked both of them. Lars Fredrickson tells Danny Luna that she needs to learn from Jody Threat's mistakes after they lost their match last week. Mustafa Ali defeated Leon Slater. Joe Hendry defeated Eddie Edwards, and the fans believe in Joe Hendry. And Moose and Matt Hardy brawled backstage, and the Moose just absolutely killed Matt Hardy. It was bad. It was real bad. Over on SmackDown, we had the King of the Ring fall out. And the show gets a fist. Nia's coronation ended with Piper and Chelsea attacking Bayley, because Nia had called out Piper. Nia had called out Bayley, and then Piper gets in Nia's face. So give me a horse fight. SmackDown's got 4 horses, man. They got 4. It's crazy. Ciampa defeated Austin Theory, and it looks like Grayson Waller and Austin Theory are on the verge of a breakup, so expect DIY to get those tag team titles soon. Naomi interrupts Blair Davenport backstage, who was talking to Adam Pearce, and she wants a tag match against Chelsea and Piper. And Blair was like, listen, I'm gonna make sure, Naomi, I'm gonna make sure you remember who I am. LA Knight wants Logan Paul. He wants the U.S. Championship. Melo's like, listen, you may want Logan, but you gotta deal with me. First, Andrade defeated Apollo Crews as Angel Garza was trying to recruit Andrade for the Legado del Fantasma, who are impressed, but miffed when Andrade shirks them off, and Apollo attacked Angel backstage. Solo Sikoa tells Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa and Paul Heyman to deal with Kevin Owens, and Owens changes the strategy up with Solo. Listen, I did things differently with Roman. I do things differently with you. We got to work together. You just can't be violent. And then Heyman comes out talking to KO. He's trying to help KO. Like, listen, this is a different bloodline than what you're dealing with. I'm trying to help you. Why is I'm Paul Heyman. I'm a Hall of Famer. Why is nobody listening to me? And they accidentally hit KO, who wasn't having it. He's like, listen, I've dealt with the bloodline before. I'll deal with them again. And then they come out to fight him off, and then the Street Profits help KO, but the Street Profits eventually lose their tag match against the Bloodline. Team Black Girl Magic has scared Indy, and Michin is tired of being interrupted, so she'll face Nia Jax at some point. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven defeated Naomi and Bayley. Naomi, why'd you come back to the E? Why did you come back to the E, Naomi? I am just saying, you should have stayed in TNA. In the main event segment, AJ Styles throughout the evening was teasing his retirement, kind of like Mark Henry. You know where this ended up with him beating the holy hell out of Cody Rhodes. So it looks like they're going to run him back probably at Clash at the Castle. Over on Rampage, Kassidy defeated Penta to qualify for the TNT ladder match. Jericho would no longer be on commentary, as remember Hook attacked him. So there you go. Jericho's just going to get some more TV time. So Jericho will be replaced by Daddy Magic. Roderick Strong is mad he wasn't in the Gauntlet match, as Ospreay won before he could enter. And the thing with the Gauntlet match is, once it comes down to two people, no matter what, you have to win by pinfall and submission before the next person comes in. And Ospreay won. Saddam Singh won a squash match. Cage of Agony will work with Hachicero. Tony Storm defeated Viva Van, and Saraya will deal with Mariah May next week. Kyle O'Reilly won a squash match. In the main event, Ray Fenix defeated Isiah Kassidy. Over on Collision, meh. Kind of the same old with Collision. We know how it goes now. FTR will continue fighting for AEW, and Jack Perry will shape the future through blood, sweat, and fire. Roderick Strong defeated Leo Rush. He is next strong with Tony Storm, and he gets Tony Khan, and he gets a world title match against Swerve, and the winner of that match will face Ospreay at Forbidden Door. Daniel Garcia and Shibata defeated the Workhorsemen in a fantastic match. If FTR is going to be out for a minute, elevate the Workhorsemen. Anthony Henry is back. This was good. Thunder Rosa won a squash match in the only women's match of the evening, and I'm getting sick and tired of it. Why is there only one women's match? Why isn't there multiple women's stories? Why is it a squash match? You have a large... You could have Stephanie Vacker wrestle on the show. You could have Mina Shirakawa wrestle on the show, because Tony knows she's going to wrestle Mina Shirakawa at this point. Like, I don't get it, Tony Khan. You have to do better. Claudio Castagnoli defeated Johnny TV. Shane Taylor Promotions won a squash match against the West Coast Wrecking Crew, and oh my God, Shane Taylor Promotions finally won a match. And in the main event, Will Ospreay retained the International Championship against Kyle O'Reilly. This was a fantastic match. And in the closing promo, Swerve was like, listen, I'm going to beat that ass, Roderick Strong, and I'm going to deal with you, Will Ospreay. You've been here, you haven't even main evented yet, but here we go. I'm Swerve. I'm the champ. Love that confidence from Swerve. Our matches of the week: from Dynamite, the Casino Battle Royal. From Impact, Chris Bate versus Ace Austin. I recommend going to check out that one. Also from Impact, Mustafa Ali versus Leon Slater. From Smackdown, the Bloodline versus the Street Profits. This was fun if you really have never seen Tonga Loa wrestle before. For Rampage, crazy, Ray Fenix versus Isiah Kassidy in a sleeper. And from Collision, of course, Roderick Strong versus Leo Rush. That was the opener. That was a very good match. And also from Collision, the main event, Will Ospreay versus Kyle O'Reilly for the International Championship. Our star of the week, I'm giving it to Liv Morgan. The girl's on a roll, and the Revenge Tour is not over. But that is our show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Coming up this week, get the Higher Wrestling Podcast, which already happened. Check that out. We got two lists coming this week. We got a Flashback Friday, and we got, in the next episode of the High Wrestling Podcast, the Ballad of Liv Morgan. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations 52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. But that is our show, and I will see you when I see ya. Peace.